All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat 1 of the season finale from Irwindale. Joe Lux and Ed Sr. have the front row. Bill Rabbits and Ryan McDaniel in the second row. Zach Mead and Brian Hewitt on the third row. David Lux and John Barry on the fourth row. Bill Lux and Richie Joplin rounding out the field. Seriously gonna have to talk to the admins about the Lux names. Just waiting for the last couple of drivers to take to the grid. Gerald cheering on Richie Joplin here tonight, as it looks like Joe Lux and David Lux may not take to the grid. Only 1/3 of Team Lux is going to be on track. Wow. Alright, so that'll move Bill Hippity Hop Rabbits and Ed Sr. to the front row. Ryan McDaniel and Zach Mead now have the second row. As does look like David Lux is actually out on track, but he is blinking so bad you can't actually see him. He's invisible. It's stealth mode. David Lux is in stealth mode here tonight. Lights are on. They will get the green flag next time by. Pace car about to dive in on the backstretch. There he goes. Bill Rabbits up front. And here they come out of turn 4. The green flag flies. Heat 1 is underway at Irwindale. And Zach Mead immediately going low into turn 1. Couldn't get enough of a run there, but he is setting up for turn 3, and they may go in 3 wide. Ed Sr. up by the wall. Sr. did tell me earlier, no! A lot of bumping going on. Bill Rabbits got knocked around. Senior told me earlier on he does love running up on the wall. Bill Rabbits still in the lead, but Zach Mead fights underneath. Oh, a bit of contact up front. Bill Rabbits and Bill Lux battling it out for the lead. Richie Joplin is pulled up. Oh, Richie drifted up and he gets into both Bills. Ouch. Everybody else manages to sneak by. Zach Mead has the lead, but Brian Hewitt dives underneath. Hewitt can't get there yet, but he is working it. Trying to carry as much momentum as possible out of the turn. Zach Mead has it. Now John Barry is up into third with 3 to go. And John Barry just set the fastest lap of Heat 1. Here they come. 2 laps to go in Heat 1. Ed Sr. now up into 4th. Richie has recovered into 5th. And Brian Hewitt is looking low as they come through 3 and 4. Zach Mead will get the white flag one more time around for Heat 1. Hewitt still looking low, still going for it. Hewitt has a problem at a 2. Meade has got it. John Barry makes one last run, but Zach Meade will pull off the win in Heat 1. John Barry coming home in second. Richie Joplin recovers up to third. All right, here we go. Heat number 2. No, we are already up to our feature. Riley Duncan, Edmund Jones on the front row. Zach Meade, John Barry have the second row. Richie Joplin and Ryan McDaniel on the third row. Ed Sr., Brian Hewitt on the fourth. Bill Lux and Bill Rabbits round out the top 10. David Lux and Joe Lux round out the field. The season finale is here. You have to wonder, some of these drivers that have been running fast, been running up toward the front, but haven't got to victory lane yet. They are hungry, and this is the last shot of the season to get it done. I'm willing to bet we see these drivers pushing harder than ever. Hey, good evening, Tina. I will note this race tonight, 75 laps, the ARCA race 150, so a little bit longer race for the season finale. Normally in the late models, the drivers can go full send from the drop of the green flag, but we might see a little tire conservation here in the early going to make sure they have a little bit left with that longer race. All right, pace car dives in. Riley on the inside, Edmund on the outside. And here they come, out of turn 4. The green flag flies. The late model season finale is underway from Irwindale. Zach Meade dropped low, coming into 1. Now is 3 wide as Richie Joplin and John Barry up top. Meanwhile, Edmund Jones slips back into second. Crosses over. Edmund goes to the bottom. John Barry gets a bump but saves it. Riley Duncan out front, Edmund just behind. Richie Joplin in third, Brian Hewitt now to fourth. John Barry holding on to fifth. Joe Lux has gone to pit road. Hewitt is on the attack. He has been fast week in and week out here recently. Riley using every bit of that outside line. You see him using that high line here, but I can tell you, I have seen a race a couple of years ago, broadcast a race here where street stocks went 5 wide for 50 laps. These cars ain't very much wider. Could see this race end up in a 4 to 5 wide situation. John Barry set the fastest lap a lap ago as he sits in fourth, trying to run Richie Joplin back down. Meanwhile, Bill Rabbits has moved up into eighth. Ryan McDaniel slipped back to ninth. Ed Sr. in 10th. Zach Mead, we saw him try to get low on the start, but he seems to have lost a lot of momentum, slipping back to 7th. Bill Lux has found some momentum. He's now up into 6th. And Zach Mead just set the fastest lap. Hey, good evening, Russell. Riley Duncan trying to defend Edmund right to his bumper in every turn. Edmund gets a bit of a run through 3 and 4. He'll likely send it deep into 1. No, keeps it up fairly high. That has allowed John Barry to get closer and closer, as is Brian Hewitt. But Zach Mead is the driver consistently setting the fastest laps out here. Mead will be back up in the fight in no time. Edmund keeps sending it down in there, but just can't get enough. Great move by Riley. Planted up on the high line. Make everybody else drive under. This is a high line dominant track. The top 7 at the moment, all nose to tail. Ryan McDaniel in 8th, Bill Hippity Hop Rabbits in 9th, Ed Sr. in 10th. Everybody more or less going to settle into a rhythm here for a few laps. Let the guys around them eat up the tires. Everybody but Zach Mead, who's on the attack. And Bill Lux just took 5th from Hewitt. Mead was on the move trying to get there, but couldn't get it done. Ed Sr. dropping low, staying out of the way. Are going to see some lap cars come into play before too much longer. And we've got a bit of a battle going on. John Barry in 4th as Bill Lux in 5th looking underneath. Remember, Brian Hewitt, Zach Mead right behind. Ryan McDaniel about 4 seconds back was actually gaining some ground on that group, but now has lost it. Looked like he got the wall. And now Bill Rabbits right to his bumper. Top 3 finally put a little breathing room between themselves in 4th place, John Barry. Zach Mead had a run under Hewitt. He's going to keep it down there. Whoa, Hewitt, big bobble at a 2, trying to hold him off. That may have been the opening that Mead needed. Hewitt continuing to power ahead. Hey, good evening, Kirk. John Barry back in 4th. Bill Lux in 5th. Hewitt in 6th. Kirk Marble will be in the ARCA car tonight. Will he be able to come out and dominate him? Zach Mead appears to be fading just a little bit. We've seen him attacking a lot, he may need to let those tires cool down a little bit. Brian Hewitt still holding on to 6th. Bill Lux in 5th. John Barry in 4th, just over a second behind the top 3. We don't see it very often in these late model races, but it may very well come down to who used the most tires in the first 20 laps and who has conserved the best for the last 20. Riley Duncan, Edmund Jones, Richie Joplin still nose to tail. John Barry back in 4th, hoping these 3 start battling again. Man, the second they did, Barry had reeled them in. But Bill Lux is on the attack underneath John Barry. Couldn't quite get there, and Hewitt wasn't close enough to strike on that one. Zach Mead apparently has used up a lot of tire. He has slipped about 1.4 seconds back. But it does appear he's cooled those tires down, and it seems like he's got some speed. Last time by, he was the fastest car on track. Edmund Jones came into tonight the new late model champ, but he wants to pull off both championships this season. However, the man sitting behind him definitely wants the ARCA title later tonight, and only about 5 points separate those 2 drivers. Excuse me, only 4 points separate those 2 drivers. An interesting note, if it comes down to a tie in the points, Richie Joplin with 4 wins on the season would take the championship. Edmund Jones has not had a win in ARCA. Here comes Richie. Richie pulls up into 2nd, and nothing Edmund could do there. Does Richie have enough to get past Riley? Zach Mead, we saw him at 1.4 seconds back a few laps ago. He has reeled Brian Hewitt in. And Mead on the move. Last Thursday, last Thursday at the Home Motorsports, Richie Joplin was battling for the championship in that as well. Lost that championship by 1 point to Mark the Man Dantuma. Man, what a close season Home Motorsports has had. And obviously a close season here as well. Edmund Jones staying in his tire tracks. Richie keeps peeking. Hasn't been able to get a run yet. John Barry now about 1.9 seconds back. Bill Lux, Brian Hewitt, Zach Mead, all still right there. Bill Rabbits now up into 8th. Ryan slips back to 9th. Ed Sr. in 10th. Riley Duncan continuing to hold them off. Riley started on the pole and has led every lap so far. And weirdly, we haven't seen the caution yet. John Barry comes in tonight third in points. His third in points is locked up, but fourth in points is this battle going on back behind. Zach Mead currently fourth in points. Brian Hewitt fifth in points. They are separated by 4 points at the moment, but Mead trying to fix that problem. Bill Luck starting to look underneath John Barry. Brian Hewitt trying to pull back up to him and trying to defend. Pretty even gap between the top three, about a car length or so between them. Although it does appear Edmund is starting to slip back just a little bit in third. Riley Duncan has just 30 laps to go, but lap traffic about to become an issue again. Ryan McDaniel just ahead. Ryan dropping down low. Lets the leaders get by. John Barry, Bill Luck still battling it out, as is Hewitt and Mead. Starting to peek underneath again. Edmund Jones appears to have, holy cow, as he looks at it too. Looks like Edmund is changing the lineup. We have seen this every time we come to this track. That line all the way down to the center of the apron and back to the outside can carry a lot of speed. But it looks like it was just a setback for Edmund. Likely the tires a little too warm. Riley Duncan also starting to pull a gap on Richie. Edmund Jones now 1.1 seconds back. John Barry was trying to reel him in, but Bill Lux has gone on the attack. Brian Hewitt still holds on to 6th. Zach Mead in 7th. Riley Duncan now pulling out to a 6/10 of a second lead. Edmund Jones still holding on to 3rd, but now slid back to 1.5 seconds. John Barry in 4th, about 2.1 seconds behind Edmund. Brian Hewitt currently holding on to 6. Zach Mead, though, still on the move, trying. Oh, looked like Brian was so out of shape. Let's see if we can dial up Brian's in-car camera. There's Brian's in-car camera. Did look like getting on the power. The back end is starting to break loose. And there you can see he is having to counter steer a little bit on the corner exit, especially coming out of turn 4. Yeah, and there's a big slide through 3 and 4. Riley Duncan now has a 1 second lead over Richie, but he is coming back into lap traffic. Edmund Jones back in third is losing time, but somebody who's not, John Barry, has started to reel Edmund in. He's now only 1.7 seconds back. Bill Lux staying right with him. 15 laps to go. He definitely has the time to get it done. But Bill starting to attack could prevent it. Brian Hewitt still a little squirrely under power. Zach Mead lost a little ground, but wow, Zach really sends it into 3 and 4. Riley Duncan navigating lap traffic quickly, now opens up to a 1 1/4 second lead. And oh, that was a close call. Bill Lux almost gave John Barry a little love tap coming through 1 and 2. But they have lost a little bit of ground to Edmund in the last couple of laps, just due to getting side by side and battling for the position. Brian Hewitt now starting to pull away from Zach Mead. And Riley Duncan coming through 3 and 4. He's going to get 10 to go. And oh no. Okay, he is back. He did have a little connection problem there. That would have been a devastating thing to lose connection this late in the race after leading every lap. Bill Lux looking to the inside. Well, he can get about to the door, but just can't get any further. He needs the outside of the track to run up and carry the momentum out. Just can't get there. Oh, he sends it deep this time and slides it up. Here he has nowhere to go. And John Barry ends up in the infield. Let's take a look at that on the replay. There's John up on the outside as Bill slides up. And man, what a heartbreak for John. I'd be willing to put money that John Barry is not happy right now. 5 laps to go for Riley Duncan. He has a 1.5 second lead over Richie Joplin. Edmund Jones in third. Bill Lux has made it to fourth. Brian Hewitt now into fifth. lap traffic ahead. Not going to affect Riley. Stays low. And here we go. 2 laps to go for Riley Duncan. He qualified on the pole, has led every lap, checked out from the field, and just dominated it here tonight. Even lap traffic has not slowed him down. White flag flies one more time around for Riley. He will end the season in victory lane. And here he comes through 3 and 4. Riley Duncan will win at Irwindale. Richie Joplin coming home in second. Edmund Jones finishes third and takes the title. Also, just confirmed, John Barry is not happy. Riley Duncan getting some donuts in. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with new champ Edmund Jones. Edmund, you couldn't pull off the win tonight, but you come home with the championship.
Yes, sir. At least we think so. I'm calculating championship points as we speak right now. So if you bear with me, we'll have everything in live time here. But it's one of those with Irwindale, man. It's such a hard track to pass at. You know, I really don't like having to go that hard that early in the race. But track position is key here. And I think Riley learned that from the last time we were here. So kind of he took that track position and he made sure he stayed with it the entire time. And of course, it going green to checkered really helps. So definitely a great win by Riley. It's been a great season. I mean, whenever he's out here, he's always a guy to beat, and I can't wait to see him out there in the How to Suck at iRacing All-Star race as well. So.
Well, and you get your first championship of the night, so great way to start the night.
And so can confirm by 21 points, I did beat Richie Joplin tonight for late models. That one wasn't the concern. The next one is the one that's going to be a lovely fight.
Well, I can definitely tell you this much. This is the second championship in a week that Richie has lost out on. I would watch your back bumper in this next race.
Do you know what makes me feel bad about that, Doug?
Do what?
Is this the second champion? The thing that makes me feel bad about it, if I didn't get fastest lap on Thursday, Richie ties.
Actually,
I didn't realize
Richie would have tied, but he would have taken the championship on number of wins.
Exactly. So this is the second championship that Richie's technically lost because of me. I hate it. I hate it for Richie. I love the guy to death. So it's one of those that I want to be able to win that dual championship and be the first one in league history to do it. But if Richie beats me tonight, I'm going to sit here and still smile, man.
Well, great job. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks, Doug.
Edmund Jones, the new champ, comes home in third. Richie Joplin comes home in second. Richie, you come home in second, man. A great finish tonight, but you didn't get the championship, and It's the second time in a week. How hard are you going to run Edmund in this ARCA race?
Well, it's a 150 lapper, so I'm going to have to save a little bit of tire. Probably might have to pit for a tire, maybe fuel. But yeah, I was saving tire tonight for this late model, and I had to go up there and touch that stupid wall and get a little bit of wheel damage, and it hurt me. It got me too tight to go up there and run with Riley there, but good win for him. And oh well, how bad did I lose the championship this time?
It was 21 points, but I do have to say 4 wins so far this season, or I'm sorry, 3 wins this season, 7 top 5s, 9 top 10s. You have had an amazing season.
Yeah, it was a good season. I still had some rough races, but I take it. I also got my own coffee blend out. They need to check it out at NavyJoeCoffee.com. The 89 blend. They need to check it out, man. It's good stuff. And Ally Wheel Repair, thank you for coming on my car, and Flaming Karma Designs for the paint. And Jones, Eddie for letting me race with these guys. I mean, thank you. Appreciate it. And hopefully I can take out ARCA championship. It'll be nice.
Well, good luck, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doug.
And finally, our winner, Riley Duncan. Riley, you did exactly what you needed to do, man. Get up to the wall, protect the outside, and just cruise for 75 laps, and it worked great. Riley, you with me?
Hello.
Hey, I was saying you did exactly what you needed to do tonight, man. Just hanging on that outside wall, not letting anybody go to the outside, and set the pace from there.
Yeah, that was that was the plan, and the plan went perfect, to be honest. I just saved and saved till probably, I don't know, I'd say probably 50 to go. I started pushing pretty hard after that, and then I think Rich shot in the wall a little bit. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm happy. Hopefully see how I do in the ARCA race.
Well, man, it's always good to see you out on track, but especially one heck of a good and a dominant win here tonight. Qualified on the pole, led every lap, and come home in victory lane. A great way to finish out the season.
Yes, thank you. Can't wait to race in your All-Star race as well. It's gonna be fun.
It definitely is, man. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
Riley Duncan gets the first win of the night, but folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in just a few moments. More racing action as they unpack the ARCA cars here at Irwindale. Stick around, everybody.